My mom declared my apartment a family gift to my brother and ordered me to vacate, but I replied with an unforgiving decision that left them living in the ruins of their greed. At my brother's baby shower, my mom raised a framed deed, a gift from all of us. I looked closer. It was the apartment I paid off in full. My dad leaned in. "You have 30 days to vacate," he said. I smiled. "1 day is enough," I replied. By sunrise, a removal crew was in place. Cabinets gone, fixtures gone, flooring ripped. I even took the washer and dryer I bought. At 6:41 p.m., my brother texted, "Is this a joke?" I replied, "Not yet, but tomorrow's delivery might be." What arrived at their door the next morning was unexpected. It started with a cake, one of those fondant monstrosities that looks more like a gender reveal exploded at a Tiffany's outlet than an actual dessert. Maybe blue ribbon, edible pearls, little plastic shoes balanced on top like the cherry of bad decisions. My mom was standing next to it, beaming like she'd just solved generational poverty through themed desserts. I wasn't supposed to be there. Technically, I wasn't even invited. I got the address through my cousin. He sent it with a "don't shoot the messenger" text, the kind of family loyalty that could get you voted off an island. I showed up anyway, and I brought a gift. Nothing big, just a vintage silver rattle engraved with the baby's initials, wrapped in navy tissue, and tucked in a box I'd driven across town to pick up. It wasn't flashy, but it meant something. Turns out they had something flashier planned without me. Right before the cupcakes, and after the pastel balloon arch collapsed for the third time, my mom clinked her glass with a fork and said she had an announcement. "Family is everything," she started, which, if you know my family, is code for someone's about to get humiliated. "Please smile for the cameras," she might as well have added. She held up a frame, gold-trimmed, tacky, just enough weight to feel serious. Inside was a deed. "This," she said proudly, "is a gift from all of us to the new parents. The apartment, it's theirs now, paid in full." Applause followed. My brother grinned. His girlfriend wiped away a tear. My aunt shrieked, "You guys are amazing!" like they had saved a puppy, not stolen a mortgage. I stood up, walked over, took the frame out of my mom's hands and read the name. My name. I looked at them, then back at the frame, then at my dad. He leaned in like a used car dealer with a surprise upgrade. "You have 30 days to vacate," he whispered. I smiled. "1 day is enough," I said. I handed the frame back, nodded to no one in particular, and walked out. Quiet. No scene. Not yet. By 5 a.m., the building manager had unlocked the front door. By 7 a.m., the removal crew was in place. By 9:30 a.m., everything they had brought into that apartment was gone. The flooring ripped. They paid for it. The crib, the curtains, the IKEA dresser with uneven legs, boxed. Even that Etsy wall sign that said, "Our little nest," peeled and trashed. I didn't touch what was mine. I just deleted what wasn't. By 11 a.m., it no longer looked like their home. It looked like mine. At 6:41 p.m., my brother texted, "Is this a joke?" I replied, "Not yet, but tomorrow's delivery might be." The apartment was never part of the plan. Not for me, not for them. I bought it in 2020. Small, quiet, 2-bedroom, walking distance from my job. Good light in the kitchen. I never posted about it, never invited anyone over. It was mine. That was the whole point. Then came my brother. At first it was temporary, just until they found something. He and his girlfriend showed up with 2 duffel bags, a yoga mat, and a cat. I said, "Sure, 1 month, maybe 2. They stayed for 19. I never asked for rent, not once. They offered to buy groceries occasionally. Sometimes they did. Most of the time they didn't. I didn't keep track. I figured it was short-term. I was wrong. The first thing they did was install floating floorboards. Not bad ones. Mid-range oak laminate. My brother said it was an upgrade for all of us. He paid for it. I let it go. Next came the bookshelf. A $160 IKEA hack, white frame, fake gold legs. His girlfriend posted a time-lapse of him assembling it with the caption, "Our place is coming together." I was standing behind the camera. Over time, their language changed. It went from "your apartment" to "our space," from "thanks for letting us stay" to "we love this home," from "we're looking for a place to silence." They left their toothbrushes in my cup, their shoes by the front door, their laundry in my washer. I never said a word. Then came the baby. They didn't tell me directly. I found out through an Instagram story, her holding up a sonogram, him in the background flexing like he'd discovered fire. I sent a congratulations text. He replied with, "We should talk about making things more permanent." I didn't ask what that meant. They never clarified. 3 weeks later, my parents called. My mom wanted to know if I'd consider gifting the apartment. Not all of it, just symbolically, she said. They're starting a family, she added. You're doing well. I said no. She said it wouldn't kill me. I hung up. Then came the family fund. It started in 2019, quietly. $1,500 per month to help cover my parents' mortgage while Dad was recovering. Then $600 per month more for my sister's rent. $200 for Uncle Rob's legal bills. $320 for Mom's dentist. $3,000 to patch the roof. I stopped keeping track after a while, but my bank didn't. Over 4 years, family account transfers totaled $91,200. Apartment mortgage, plus tax, plus fees, $112,000. Furniture and repairs, $9,300. Food, utilities, incidentals, $6,700. Total personal investment, $219,200. Total contribution from anyone else, my brother's flooring, $940. That. One bookshelf, $160. A used blender gifted from his girlfriend's mom. When I refused to transfer the deed, they stopped asking. They just went ahead with it. 3 weeks before the baby shower, my brother scheduled a notary appointment using a fake email under my name. My dad handled the logistics. My mom coordinated with the lawyer. They submitted a scanned signature from a tax form I'd filled out in 2018. It wasn't even a good forgery, but it was enough. The property title was reassigned without my consent. At the baby shower, they acted like they were giving me a moment, like I should clap, smile, feel included. Instead, I watched my name held up in a gold frame like a prop. A gift from all of us, my mom said. All of us, apparently, meant not me, the same person who bought the apartment. Who furnished it, who kept the lights on, who paid for the crib. $1,280, Pottery Barn, now sitting proudly next to the cake, wrapped in a bow like it materialized from group effort. After I left that night, I didn't yell, I didn't argue. I logged into my bank. I printed the full list of transactions. I highlighted everything connected to that apartment, down payments, insurance, taxes, repairs, even the time I paid $342 to fix the garbage disposal after his girlfriend put avocado pits down it because TikTok said it was fine. I put it in a folder titled Correction, Just Facts, No Commentary. By morning, the locksmith had changed the entry code. The building manager reset the buzzer, and I made a list of everything inside. The apartment that didn't belong to me, the floor, the bookshelf, the crib, the decal that said, "Welcome, baby," on the living room wall, everything they brought in, everything they posted about, everything they called theirs. Gone. I didn't text my brother. I didn't threaten legal action. I didn't even explain because that's what they expected, and that's exactly what I wasn't going to give them. They thought I wouldn't react. That was the point. I think they believed if they made it loud, dramatic, official, I'd argue. But if they smiled enough, clinked glasses, held up gold frames, and used words like blessing and from all of us, maybe I'd stay quiet. Maybe they'd pull it off. They didn't pull it off. They crossed the line. At 8:56 a.m. the next morning, a moving truck stopped in front of the apartment. Not my apartment, not theirs, just the space they tried to claim. The driver unloaded 64 flat-packed cardboard boxes. Each one had a label, "Start Fresh." They were clean, new, branded in black font with pre-marked lines for room contents and owner. On the top box, a taped envelope. Inside, a printed packing guide, a checklist titled Everything You Brought. The categories were neat. Box 1, baby clothes. Boxes 2 to 4, unrequested nursery. Decor. Box 5, shared toothbrush, still not mine. Boxes 6 to 11, excuses. Box 12, let's talk. Boxes 13 to 40, my silence. Boxes 41 to 62, entitlement. Box 63, their floor. Box 64, dignity. Under that you have 30 days, but I thought I'd help you get started. They saw it before noon. I know because the hallway camera caught my brother opening the door. He stepped back like the boxes were alive. His girlfriend stood behind him, holding a mug, wearing that robe she always wore when she needed attention. He bent down, opened the top one, looked inside. Empty. She started crying. I watched the footage with the sound off. That evening, my phone buzzed. "Brother, what is wrong with you? Mom, this isn't how family behaves. Dad, you made your point. Enough. Sister, are you okay? Like, actually okay?" I didn't reply. Not to them. Not anymore. I'd already made my own spreadsheet, everything I paid for, everything I carried, everything they took. I sent it as a single PDF. Subject, apartment, final numbers. At 4:17 p.m., my mother called again. I let it ring. She left a voicemail. We never meant to take it. It was symbolic for the baby. I saved the audio file, titled it symbolic.mp3. The next day, my brother showed up. He rang my buzzer 5 times. I watched him from the peephole, hoodie, sweatpants, holding a half-folded box. I didn't open. He left the box on my doorstep. Inside, a note. "You're really going to do this? After everything." I left it there until it rained. That weekend, I had the floors they installed delivered back. Every plank, every screw, every strip of underlayment. I labeled the box, technically yours, reclaimed. Included were packing peanuts, a receipt paid by him, $9.40, and a note. Rebuilding is easier with your own materials. They moved out in silence. No social media goodbye, no group chat drama, just slow vanishing. By the end of the month, the apartment was mine again in every way that mattered. The smell of their candles gone, their coats from the hallway gone. The baby name banner folded and returned. No one ever asked for the 64 boxes back. I assume they used them. 1 month later, my mom sent a group email. Subject, family reconciliation. It had bullet points. Let's not let money come between us. This can still be a win for everyone. Forgiveness is a gift. Remember who was there when you needed help. I didn't respond, but I forwarded it to myself with a new subject line, family rebranding. Then I archived it. The apartment is quiet now. Some nights I leave the lights off and just listen. You can still hear the ghosts of their plans echoing in the walls. But ghosts are quieter than people and easier to remove. They tried being loud. Then they tried being quiet. Then they tried meek. It started with a text from my sister. "Let's just reset. No drama, no receipts, clean slate." Then a call from my mom, voicemail only. "I know we've made mistakes, but you're the wise one. You always were." And then my favorite, a message from my dad, "Come to dinner. Let's talk man to man." They picked a Tuesday. I said yes. The restaurant was Italian, mid-level. They thought the dim lights would make everything softer. They were wrong. I arrived second. They'd already ordered a bottle of wine, 2 glasses. I didn't touch mine. My mother launched first. We were under pressure. Then everything was so chaotic with the baby. We shouldn't have gone behind your back, but it was out of love. I let them finish their little soliloquy. Then I opened my bag. 3 items quietly placed on the table. A USB, a manila folder, a single laminated sheet. My dad reached for the USB. I pulled it back. "You won't need that," I said. "I've already emailed it to your employer and to the bank." My mom froze. I handed her the folder. Inside, a notarized termination of all co-signed accounts, a legal notice. Revoking power of attorney, a side letter ending my monthly contributions. No fanfare, just documents. I looked at my sister. "You're off the insurance plan," I said, "effective last week." She blinked twice, then tried to smile. "That's okay," she said. "I'll figure something out." I nodded. "You will." My brother didn't show up, but I sent him his own folder by courier. Inside, a bill for property use, an itemized spreadsheet of damages, a QR code to a Dropbox folder titled Resources to Get Started. Inside the folder, resume templates, cover letter samples, a mock LinkedIn profile, a short tutorial, how to apply for jobs when the free ride ends. That Saturday, I hosted a picnic, not for family, for ex-family. Park table, plastic cups, name tags with first names and job titles, except no one had job titles, so I brought extras. Each tag said, "Available. Ask me about my skills." My aunt cried when she saw hers. My cousin pretended it was a joke. My mom said it was confronting. I said that was the point. Then I handed out folders. Inside each, 1 printed copy of a job board URL, 1 fact sheet, budgeting for grown-ups, 1 sticky note. "You said I was the responsible one, so I'm helping you become one too." The following Monday, I filed a report with the police, not a lawsuit, not revenge, just a notification of identity misuse and title forgery. The officer at the desk asked if I wanted to press charges. I said, "Not yet." By Thursday, I received an email from my dad's lawyer. Subject, concern about escalation. Body, let's not destroy the family over some documents. We can work this out without legal involvement. This is not what your mother wants. I replied with 2 lines. "You wanted life without me. Let me show you what that actually looks like." They stopped calling, stopped texting, but the silence didn't mean surrender. It meant confusion, which frankly was louder. No one spoke about me directly anymore. They'd stopped mentioning my name, even in the messages they accidentally sent to people who still knew how to forward screenshots. but I heard everything. My cousin from Indiana, the one who somehow ends up on every family chain whether she wants to or not, kept me looped in quietly. No commentary, just raw data. For your information, she'd write and forward the text. Sometimes an audio message, sometimes a photo, like the one of my mother, wearing her healing scarf, restocking books in the local library. Apparently, she took a part-time job there. She told everyone it was to stay active. The real reason, insurance no longer covered her blood pressure meds. My cousin overheard her whispering about co-pays behind the help desk. She also sold 2 handbags, the ones she used to call investments. Now she calls them non-essential joy. My father downsized his car, not out of environmental conscience but necessity. The dealership confirmed it. My cousin's boyfriend works there. Said he looked tired, confused about financing, couldn't remember the model of the hybrid he was trading in. Dad now drives a used silver sedan. One headlight always flickers when turning left. Fitting. I know his office moved into a smaller room. A junior partner mentioned it in a group call that got screen recorded and leaked. He mumbled something about just needing less space. He never mentioned the family phone I stopped paying for, or the data plan, or the calendar subscription. My sister moved in with her boyfriend's mom. Temporarily has lasted 5 months. The guest room has a rug that smells like wet dog and expired shampoo. She keeps saying it's transitional housing. She also posted a quote last week, "Sometimes growth looks like falling apart first." Caption, mood. Her tuition plan, the one I used to cover in full, is now split across 3 payment systems. She missed one of them. Got an email, forgot her login, called the university. Got put on hold, cried, hung up, tried again the next day. She told all this to her cousin over coffee. The cousin called me after, dryly, "She's learning." My brother hosted the baby's first birthday party in their new apartment. I didn't get invited, of course, but one of the neighbors did, and she posted pictures on Facebook. My face wasn't tagged because I wasn't there, but the cheap plastic tablecloths and mismatched cups were. Apparently, the cupcakes were from a clearance bin. One balloon popped mid-sentence. The Bluetooth speaker wouldn't pair. No photographer, just iPhone timers. The napkins had blessed written on them. Someone had crossed the word out with pen. No one smiled in any of the photos. They've started referring to money as tight, which is what people say when they don't want to admit gone. My brother applied for a budgeting app. I know because it asked for my referral code accidentally. He never used it. One weekend, 34% of their expenses were marked miscellaneous. They renamed the old family group chat. It's now called Support Circle. I'm not in it, but I get screenshots. The interface hasn't changed. Still blue bubbles, still performative replies. Mom sent, "Guess who made lemon bars?" No one replied. Dad sent an article, "Forgiveness adds 5 years to your life, seen by 2, no hearts." My sister posted a selfie with the caption, "Growth." The background showed the same dog rug. No comments. Thanksgiving happened without me. I found out via a blurry photo in a shared album from a mutual family friend. The turkey was visibly charred. The chairs didn't match. One was a beach chair. The music system refused to connect to Bluetooth, so they used someone's phone. They printed a gratitude list and left it on the table. 5 blank lines. Only 2 had been filled in. One said health. The other said hope. The photo had no filter. It didn't need one. My cousin in Indiana texted later it was weird. No one brought up your name, not even once. That was the most telling part. Not that they missed me, but that they had to try so hard not to. By the time they stopped pretending I'd return, I'd already rebuilt the floors. They were old, loud in places, crooked in others. I didn't realize how much they echoed until there was no one left to cover the noise. So I stripped everything down, sanded, sealed, stained, new oak, matte finish, warm, honest. I picked it not for style, but because it didn't apologize. I painted the walls next, soft gray, not cold, not trendy, just quiet. The living room lost 2 chairs and gained 1 reading corner. The kitchen got under cabinet lights. The laundry closet became a room. There were no witnesses to the process. No one asked for progress pictures. That made it easier. For the first time, I wasn't preparing a space for anyone else's needs. And then I met her at a hardware store, of course. She was arguing over grout color with someone who clearly didn't care. I made a joke. She didn't laugh. She corrected my punchline, better than mine. We left with the wrong grout but exchanged numbers. Our first date was takeout on the floor, mine freshly installed. She brought her own fork, said she doesn't eat from plastic. I respected that. She didn't ask about my family, not once, not until month 4. And when she did, it wasn't a trap, just a question. I told her I'd been quiet quitting my relatives. She asked, Did they notice? I said, they're still performing the loss. I just stopped clapping. She didn't press, just nodded, then changed the subject to paint primers. We built slowly. By month 6, she had her own drawer. By month 8, her toothbrush stayed. So did the shampoo. So did the voice. By month 10, we were engaged. By month 11, we were expecting. She said it like a weather forecast, calm, clear, inevitable. I didn't cry, but I sat on the kitchen floor for 20 minutes afterward, holding the bowl she used every morning. It felt heavier. I didn't tell my family. There wasn't a moment that called for it. No announcement to ruin, no seat to leave empty. They found out through someone else. I got a text from my aunt. Congratulations, I guess. No follow-up, no address, no gift. Perfect. They didn't ask to be involved and I didn't offer. Not out of spite, just clarity. There's no space in a room designed for peace for people who only know noise. Now I spend mornings in a home that holds still. We argue sometimes over small things, grocery lists, parking spots, but no one yells. No one disappears. When the baby kicks, she laughs like she didn't expect it, every time. There's a closet full of hand-me-downs we politely declined and a crib we built ourselves. Some nights we sit in the nursery and say nothing because nothing doesn't hurt anymore. Silence has changed sides. It no longer means absence. It means enough.